I once again want to welcome you all to our Wednesday webinar from Boundary Systems. Once again, this webinar is Advanced Search Tools in Windchill 11. Uh, so once again, the overall objectives of this is to simply go through and review and demonstrate some of the advanced search tools within Windchill 11. Also, with the overall agenda, of course, just a general introduction of myself and Boundary Systems, general topic overview, and then of course the main part is the actual demonstration that we'll go through to show some of the searching tools. All right, so for myself, once again, I'm Michael Wimberly. I am a senior technical specialist with Boundary Systems. I've been working with PTC products for over 20 years now. Through PTC, I am a certified trainer of Creo and Windchill classes, as well as a certified implementer of Windchill as well. But Boundary Systems as a whole, we are a technology leader. One of the reasons that we are a technology leader is because we understand different products and the different needs that our customer have. So we've partnered with several different companies to allow us to meet the needs of our customers as best we can. Some of our partners, of course, include PTC, Solid Thinking, eTraj, ZWCAD, and then there are some other technical companies that we work with, or technology companies, sorry, that we work with as well. We've also been the 16th fastest growing private company in the greater Cincinnati area. And some of our general capabilities that allow us to be a technology leader is, we specialize with product lifecycle management. We also do data management, CAD design and consulting, as well as simulation and product development. And then once again, just some awards that we've had over the last few years is we've been in the Inc. 5000 over the last several years, as well as the Weatherhead 100, which is Northeast Ohio's fastest growing companies. So we've been in that for the last few years as well. And some of our major accreditations that we have through PTC are, of course, certified Windchill implementers. We are PTC preferred service provider, and we of course are a PTC certified training partner. What that means, of course, not only with our services does PTC recommend us as far as doing Windchill implementations, even Creo setups and things like that, but we also do our training. So we have a training facility in Cleveland. We also have some around the country as well, being in Cincinnati, being in Charlotte. We have some in Michigan. And then of course we can always come to where you are. So and bring the training classes directly to you. All right, and then once again, some of the additional services that we have, or solutions, sorry, that we offer. Of course, the PTC suite of solutions. We also work with Solid Thinking. What they have is like simulation software. We also work with eTraj, which does some interfacing between Creo and Windchill. We also have MoldX molding software, which deals with plastic injection molding. We also do with Mentor Graphics or Flow EFD, which is fluid dynamic simulation, and then ZWCAD is basically another version of an AutoCAD type software. So it basically is just like AutoCAD, but of course, pricing wise, it's a different price, lower, much better. All right, and then for just general information, for any technical questions that you have, you can of course reach me, Michael Wimberly, my number 513-415-0747, or of course you can email me at mwimberly@boundarysys.com. For any sales related questions, you can reach Carrie Dillon. Her number is 440-409-5898, or you can reach her through email as well through cdillon@boundarysys.com. All right, now, once again, the thing that we're going to deal with in this webinar is simply going through some of the search tools. So some of this you may know, some of it, some people maybe just use basic searching, just search for part numbers, but there's so much more that we can use for our search criteria when we're actually going in and searching for our different products or within our different products. So once again, with that, we'll just jump right into a demo to go through and actually show the product. So once again, here's Windchill. So here's the general layout of Windchill. If you've worked in Windchill, you're familiar with this. This is just simply my home page. And then from here, we have multiple areas to search or search by. We can always go directly to, an area inside of our setup. So right here in my workspaces, I can search in the workspace for a specific workspace if I had multiple that I couldn't see, or just a whole line of them. Same thing in here with my tasks. I can have searches directly inside of each one of these. We also know that if I go directly into a product, then I have that search capability directly inside of that particular product as well. Now, the thing inside of here with the actual product that's actually kind of beneficial, that's a little bit different, is that with that one, I don't necessarily have to use wildcard characters. I know we're in the habit of using wildcards because, that's what most of the searches use. But when you're searching within that particular table, wildcard characters are not needed. So I can simply go through and type in, for this, I can just type in 1, 2 and find all the parts that have 1, 2, whether it's beginning or end or somewhere in the middle. It'll search that number and find 1, 2 somewhere within there. All right. So once again, we're familiar with that. We're also familiar with at the very top. So at the very top, we have our search set up as well. So we can go through and execute a search directly from here. Let's see if I can find something. May or may not be something in there with that. Yep. So we can go through and search. Now with that, we search not just a specific product or library, but we're basically searching the entire database. So we're finding a product or finding that item no matter what product or library it's located in. So that context will, of course, vary depending on what we're searching on. Now we can go through and speed up that search, because up here we do have the ability to filter what we're searching by. So a lot of times we just kind of leave this area alone and then just simply type in whatever the name that we're looking for. But by going in and changing the filter, then our search can basically be quite a bit faster than before, because now it's filtering down what it's looking for. Sorry. So now I'm telling it just to find any CAD documents that have engine in the name. So once again, it is quicker because once again, it doesn't have to search for CAD. It's not searching for CAD files, document files, WT part files, and whatever else is in this list up here. We filtered it down so it's only searching for a specific CAD file in our database. But once again, it's searching the entire database for this. We also do have the ability from up here to go in and look at our recently searched items. And then we can also go directly to our search history, which is equivalent to going to the search tab over here. And then of course the advanced search, which once again is equivalent to going to the search tab over there. So if I just view search history, it'll then bring up my search tab and it'll take me to the search history and save searches. So any of the searches that I've performed in the past will be listed here. And then of course any saved searches that are created, that I've either created or was created by the system administrator and saved across the board, will be listed here as well. Then from here, once again, we are in the search tab, so I can go directly to the advanced search as well. Now in the advanced search, we have multiple ways of going in and searching as well. So in here, we can still go in and type in our keyword and still get the same general result. Once again, we're searching for all object types and we're searching for all contexts. But inside of here, we can also go through and search for other criteria as well. So not just the name of the file, but even one of the attributes or parameters that we've gone through and synced up between Windchill and Creo. So we can also search for that, or any that may be inside of a document that we have. So any attributes that we've added to a document type, we can also go through and use. So once again, with that, if we leave this at all types, which basically is searching for all object types within the database, And then we come down here to our search criteria. When we come down here and we select on the name, or basically the actual object that we can search by, if you notice, that's very limited, because it's basically finding the objects that is basically in everything inside the database. So the things that are in there are created on, last modified, name, and number. So those are the general items that you're searching by. But if I come down here and I change that from all types to, let's just say, CAD documents, then when I come down here, it not only gives me those basic ones, but now it gives me all the attributes that are available for the CAD document. So now, instead of just searching by the name, I can go through and search by any of the attributes that are inside of the database. So something like a project number. So if I know that I'm looking for an object on a specific project, then I can go in and give it the project number. We'll call this one BS432. Sorry, num blocks off. 4321. And then what it finds is that object, once again, being a CAD file, because that's all we told it to look for. And if we go to the information of that particular CAD file, we can come down here and see that in our modeling attributes, there's our project number that it went in and found. So it's going in and searching. Once again, I didn't type in an actual part number. Only thing I typed in was that attribute value that I was looking for. So we can go through and search for any of that. And any of these things are searchable. So we have descriptions, facilities, or material, whatever it's made for. If you have cage codes, or once again, whatever your attributes are that you're searching for, that you have in your models, you can actually search for. So it makes it real easy and more convenient to go in and search by things that have other information other than just the part number. And the benefit of that as well is that if you do have multiple things that are on that particular project, then it will find all of those. For this one, there was only one object that was associated with that specific project. So it just found that one particular object. So now from here, if we want to go through and edit that, then we would just come back here and simply say edit criteria. And now we're back here and we're still in that same setup. So I can go through and remove this. And then if I want to go through and search by some other criteria, I can do that as well. Now, I can also come over here and add additional items. So for instance, I want to go through and search for a CAD document and a regular document, and I am going to go in and actually search by a project number, because I want to find both of those objects on a project number. So the project number that I want to search by is WWSI 98 PPE. And then once again, it now goes in and finds the CAD file and the document file that are a part of that particular project that I'm looking for. And then once again, I can now go into the information on each one of them. If I want to go in and edit either one of them, I can do that, add it to my workspace, that CAD file to my workspace, and now edit inside of Creo, whatever it may be. So I now have the ability to go through and manipulate these files once again by simply searching by something other than a part number. Because if I search by a part number, I'm just getting that. I'm not getting the actual document file. But because they have that same project number, then I'm finding the project number as well. So once again, go back to the search criteria. And then inside of here, once again, we can continue to select any additional items that we want to search by. But the other thing that we can also change is this second area, is this context. So right now it's searching, just like up here at the top right, it's searching everything. So it's searching every product and library within the database to go in and find that particular any particular files that meet that criteria. So I can actually come down here and change this and then simply specify a context that I want to go through and search for. So I want to go through and search for a product, and then it basically allow it to go in and give me all the products. And then I can come down here and just select a couple of them that I actually wanted to search within. So that one, this one, and that one. So I know that the files that I'm looking for reside within one of these three contexts, so I can just go through and select those. And now once again, I can execute my search based on that additional criteria. And these just both happen to reside within the Drill 400 series. Now, the other thing that we can always do is that if this is a search that we like, that we want to continue to execute without having to continue to redo the search, we can come over here and tell it to simply save this search. And when I save it, I'm going to save this as project number search. Because what this one is, I'm searching by the specific project number. Now, I am saving this for myself. Some of the advanced options will allow me to go through and set this as a global search so that it's not just for me, but it's for everyone else. And then I can also go through and specify, the location of that as well. So once again, the core of that will be in the Drill 400 series if that's where I wanted to go through and lock it into. So, and then with that, I just can finish that off. And now when I go back to my search history and save searches, there's that search right there. And then I can just simply go through, select on that search. It will execute it based on that criteria that is there. Or if it's a different part number, I can go in and just simply edit it and then change what the project number is. And I'm going to go in and use CMC 654 and then search for that. And then once again, it now executes and now finds the object, or if it was multiple objects that are associated with that particular project as well. So I can go through and continue to use that search as many times as I want to, or if I want to just start all over, here's the option over here of simply start a new search. And what that does, it clears out all the criteria that I've already set up as far as the project information down here, and it basically does the reset button. And now at this point, I can now go through and say, okay, I want to search for anything created by, and I'm going to go in and search for this particular user, which is the user that I'm logged in as. So I'm going to use him as the user. And then I can go through and search for a item in the facility that was created for our California facility. So what I want to do is I want to find anything that Mike Jones created that has been assigned to our California location. If I want to add additional information, I can go in and simply add another condition here if I wanted to. And then you have additional information, add a group of information, go in and add an additional attribute, whatever it is I want to go through and add. So with that one, once again, I'm going to leave this information alone because I only want to find it within those three products. And once again, I am actually just looking for CAD documents for this one. So I'm going to filter that down as well and then execute that search. And then once again, now it finds that information. So these are the files that were created by Mike Jones that are assigned to our California facility. So as you can see, it's really easy to go through and add additional searches or search by additional information. So even if you don't have a part number, you still aren't limited on how you can go through and execute your searches. It's just, once again, whatever information you have associated with that object in the database, you can continue to search by that as well. So you continue to go back to your search criteria and update as needed. So these aren't necessary, so I can just remove those, but those didn't affect anything because I didn't fill in any values for those. So once again, very simple to go through and execute. Like I said, the benefit here is, once again, filtering down the information that you're searching for, the areas that you're searching within. So once again, what am I searching for? Instead of everything, I know it's a CAD file, filter the CAD file either here, or if you are doing the search up top, filter it here. That way, once again, it's not taking longer to go through and search for information that I know is not the actual part number. I know it's not a change request. I know it's not a change notice, but it's searching change notices and change requests, document files, problem reports, all those things for that part number, which once again slows it down. So by filtering it down, I'm telling it it's specifically only search for CAD documents. And then once again, where it searches, that's important as well. If you don't know where it is, that's fine. I mean, you can leave it at all context. Not a problem there. But if you do know that it's within several different products, or if you know exactly what product it's in, you can go through and search. Because sometimes it may be that you know the product that it's in, but you may have a folder structure set up that browsing for it doesn't speed it up, because your folder structure may be 2 or 3 levels deep, or even deeper than that. So by still doing this search, I can search specifically within this product, and it does all the searching from within all those subfolders. So I can go through and use that as well to go through and execute this search. And then of course down here, as I said before, we can continue to go through and add our criteria. Now, once again, if you do have all types selected, then your criteria is very limited. But if you come up here and you change the information, so if I select change request, then it's going to give me the information directly related to change request. So if you notice in here, you don't have anything like a cage code. You don't have any here for your product number, because that's not an attribute that's associated with the change request. So it gives you those attributes that are directly related to the object that you're searching by. So I can go to my CAD document, and it'll go through and add that additional information as well. So this listing here is a combination of the things between the CAD document and the change request. So if I deselect change request, then it once again removes anything specific to a change request and just gives me the information associated with the CAD file. So once again, the type that you're searching for, the location that you're searching within, and the additional criteria that you're going in and searching by. Like I said, a lot of times you don't need to know the part number, but if you have a description, a general description, you can come down here and specify description. So I can go through and search for a description, and I know that somewhere there's a plate, and it goes in and finds that plate. So it's going in and searching the description of it, and we can see that in the description, this one is actually the lower plate. And we can also see over here, it adds that search criteria to your search results table, and you can see that that item is actually, that description is a part of my table. So like I said, and then if you do create a search that you want to go in and keep, you can go in and actually save the search, and then save it by whatever name you want to go through and save it by. And once again, it makes it a lot easier to go through and re-execute those searches, and it makes it easier for those within your company to be able to use those searches as well. Because if it's something that's easy for you, I'm sure it makes it easier for someone else. So by sharing that, everybody speeds up. So at this point, that's that piece of it. So are there any questions with anything with your search criteria or advanced searching? If there are, then in your GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar session on the right side, there is a section for questions. So if you have a question, you can type it in there, and then I can go through and answer that question. Okay, doesn't look to be any questions coming through. So at this point, I would like to once again finalize it by saying if you do have any questions or as you continue through and you have additional questions, please feel free to contact me. Once again, there's my contact information, technical information. I can go in sales information. You can also reach Carrie Dillon for that. And if you do have just a technical question overall, you can still reach us by simply going to our support site at support@boundarysys.com. Sorry, where'd it go? Sorry about that. Support.boundarysys.com. You can go in and open up a ticket from there, or you can email us at support@boundarysys.com. So you can either access us through our supporting ticket system, which is support.boundarysys.com, or you can actually send an email to us as well to go through and find or contact us with any technical information. Also, don't forget to visit our website at uh, boundarysys.com. And on our website, we have all of our events listed. So our upcoming hands-on workshops are listed here. We're doing some things with Creo 4 as well as Simulate. And if you're interested in Moldex, we also have those coming up throughout the year as well. So that one actually just happened. So we do have, once again, a new one coming up at Cincinnati. We have some additional for Flow EFD, and then just some additional ones that are coming up, as well as any of our webinars that we're having will be listed here as well. So any upcoming webinars will be listed. And don't forget to visit our YouTube page, because any webinars that we've actually done in the past will also be listed in our YouTube page. So in YouTube, you can go in and search for Boundary Systems and connect to us. So basically subscribe to our website or to our YouTube page, and you can also get access to those as they're being added. So once again, thank you for your time and have a great afternoon and great weekend.